And here we have the horseshoe. This is where all the pier that burnt down was basically all right here, all the different little shops and all that. This whole section, really nothing left. There's a little bit on this, a little there, nothing really. And you got Kincaid's down here. It used to be, I think, Cattlemen, something like that. So you got the Edison plant. You can still see in the background. It's not the Edison plant here. It's called something else, but they got a power plant there where the whale wall is, Harbor Drive and Yacht Club Way. And where I'm from, they got rid of that in the, it wasn't really, really wasn't working by the early 80s, I believe. And then by the late 80s, they totally gutted it. It was really nothing there. There's a pelican. They gutted it, and there was really nothing there. It's just they took out all the old, non-working, the carcass of it, whatever. That's when they painted the whales on the wall and all that. And we can see the mountains on the horizon out here. Giant mountains out there. I mean, where I'm from, we don't have mountains over here. But here you have mountains all around you, literally surrounded by mountains, giant mountains like this. Those are pretty damn big. I don't know how far away they are. My car got towed and I haven't been able to get it back. No, that's not clouds or whatever, those are mountains. So you can go over here more. They're even right there and along there. Over here they get really high. If you could, let's see. You can see them there a little left to the stacks there, pretty high. And to the right, below the clouds there. And the break wall. And the buoy. And a seagull. Just hanging out on the post here. A few more flying by. So, seeing this one looks like, see one of the Ursos that all of this type of building right here, it was all that all the way. Like, see to the right of this, you can see it isn't that. The one that was that, I believe, was all just like that all the way down. Like this one pretty much all the way, except right next to it here you can see it's not. But over here, as you get more over here, you can see it is. So, There's the moon. Lamps just went on. So, but these mountains over here, they're pretty damn big. They probably don't look as big through the lens here, but trust me, they're pretty high up. I'm not really sure how far away they are. But that's what's circling pretty much all around here. This is what you see, mountains like that. See even over here. You can see them. The resolution isn't the best, but right there, it goes lower and lower, and then it goes higher up. Can't see it there because you see it here, and then there, pretty high. And you got the power plant. And these sails, whatever, they put this type of thing up when the pier burnt down. Yeah, this used to all be shops out here. All along this whole area was all shops. I was down on the boardwalk down there, like by Naja's, and I saw it starting with just a few puffs of whatever from over here. These little restaurants that was there, and then it saw the fire department come from the front way, front of the pier with a couple of guys carrying a hose down. It just got worse and worse. So here we got pretty wide opening here for the break wall for the boats to come in. Yeah, all those, a good amount of them are that type of building, except for right next to it. You see, it's not. But one of them, I remember, it was all the way from the end to end. It was all just like that, like those. You got Kincaids here. Clouds look pretty cool. You got the moon up there. Still daylight. Took a few videos of the water breaking here along here. So you got Kincaids. Bird hanging out on top. Seagull. Like you should see at the beach, you know, seagulls. And pelicans, like we saw a little earlier. Got another bird hanging out. Seagull. the way. Sometimes a little more hectic here, breaking across the deal there. So, and you got the docks in here by the boardwalk. See if I can get a good picture of the, not enough waves really breaking here, but here we see don't really see any boats out mooring. That's unusual. Looks like I see one out there. Right there. Normally there's a good amount. That's when, you know, there's no spots left in Portofino or King Harbor, you know, or you don't want to pay to have it there. You put a boat and mooring out there. It's a lot cheaper. You just anchor it out there. Then you got to take a dinghy out to it and so forth. It's the only way you can get out to it. And typically, some of the Earths I've been to, they have a bunch of the round concrete tables here. Looks like they might have had them here at one point. With concrete seats, they're round. They're all in this area here. I took some videos of that before. They should be up online somewhere. So, the boardwalk. Edison plant. It's not the Edison plant here, it's something else. Moon, well, it looks like it's over here now. It looks, before it was way over there, I could have swore. That's interesting. And the birds flying next to the moon. Not next to it, but seagulls. In the Seagull restaurant, that was Chin's, that was what it was called, the Seagull, like a breakfast place there. And that was right next to the bamboo hut, right on the outside of there. He didn't open that till later, but out right a little more, you know, north of that, going up the pier, the part that burnt was the bamboo hut. That's what Chin, one of his places was the bamboo hut. Had bamboo hut and Charlie's. Then later is when he opened a Seagull when the pier burnt down. Then he was just left with Charlie's. He opened a Seagull too. Most of the people have shops here just doing it for more of a novelty thing. It's not like they're bringing in big money or anything. Chin's dad is a like famous artist in China. I've met him once before. He doesn't really speak any English, but I met him. Hey, how you doing? Da, da, da. Nice guy. Looks like Chin. Here are the horseshoe from this view. Kincaid's here. And then, you know, different little offices and stuff people can rent up here, then the parking down here. So she's doing her own photography over here. So let's see what this says. The other pier, remember, or maybe it's the same one. I'm confused which one. It said 6 foot clearance. Yeah, 6 foot clearance. It's not the pier that I'm from, but this is all new, I think. I don't know. Let's make it so people don't walk down this little walkway here. Used to be sand here before the tide was so high. You could sit out here in the summer, lay out. Wasn't the, you know, I mean, there was sand here we could hang out. The water never came up this high. They did a whole project some years back in the, I don't know, late 80s, I think it was, early 90s, I forget, where they started pumping the sand and filling up more sand on the beach over here because the shoreline was depleting. I'm gonna upload this, it's getting kind of long.